find out a little bit more about him.
Well, it is apropos because I'm not getting any younger. President Phil really asked me to tell you all what time it is, and I decided instead of telling you what time it is, I'd tell you how to make a watch. So it's tough to outline 75 years in 5 minutes, but we'll give it a go. I was born and raised in Oakland, and attended Glenview School, McChesney Junior High, and graduated from Oakland High in 1957. While I was at McChesney, Leo Croce was a teacher there. I guess one of us was blessed. My mother is the only sibling of her family that wasn't born in Norway, and my uncle, great uncle rather, was a past president of the National Sons of Norway and served as an advisor to President Truman and Roosevelt during the Second World War. My grandfather, on my dad's side, was a vice president of the Chevrolet division, General Motors, and my dad was a Stanford graduate. So, and the best part was, my mother was president of PTA, every school I went to. So I don't think I have to tell you how that went. Look for my notes. I attended again, as I said, San Jose State University, and I completed half my junior and all my senior year in 12 months, so I was really fried. After graduating from San Jose with a Bachelor of Science in Industrial Management, my first career job was with Vidar Corporation. They were an electronics manufacturing company in Mountain View. I was their 35th employee. Vidar eventually became part of Continental Telephone, which of course became Verizon. I left Vidar for Texaco Inc., and worked as a marketing rep with Texaco. I stayed there for 11 and a half years. I loved my job. But I so knew that a transfer was in the offing, and I really didn't want to move to Houston or Los Angeles. So I got off the corporate bandwagon, and we bought the station on East Avenue. I had been telling other people how to run stations for, 12 years, and I figured, well, we might be able to do it. But it's tough to walk away from a month's vacation, company car, and all the corporate benefits. We moved to Livermore in 1965. We bought our Sunset home on Bell Avenue, and interesting, Tim Weaver was one of my neighbors. Now let's go back to the station. We purchased the station real estate in 1977, which was a good thing. At that point, we then had two relationships with Texaco, one as lessee and the other as lessor. But our hammer was a little bigger. While there, some accomplishments that I'm pretty proud of is both of our children have met their spouses, and they've been married for over 25 years, so they must have done pretty well. Also, we became the second largest national car rental agency off airport in the United States. A little Rotary history. I was invited to join Rotary and joined in 1978. My sponsor was Bob Friedendahl. And Bob was an oil distributor, and he had a little boat plant, you might remember, out on East Avenue. I think it was East Avenue in Almond or thereabouts. Used to have the tanks. But Bob was a really nice guy. My first duties as a member of the club was to work the door. I guess after 30 years, we might get it right. I was elected as vocational director in 1980. And then in 1981, again, on Randy's term. At that point, I had to resign that position because we just had business problems that needed to be taken care of. I've made a note here that in 1994, I was elected president of the club, and I followed Paul Thompson, and those were mighty big shoes to fill. I attended the International Convention in Taipei, Taiwan, and if you haven't done one, you need to do that. It's fun to be around a group of 30 to 35,000 Rotarians, and boy, how much you can learn. What a wonderful experience it was. A couple of years later, I attended the one in Calgary as well. So I would encourage you to do that. Some of the accomplishments that year was my goal was to increase the club membership to 120 members. For a number of years, our membership had been eroding and eroding and eroding, and we were at about 103. During the year, we inducted 23 new members, 5 of which are still here today. Okay? Jackie Courtright, Susan, Lance Cavallari, and so forth. We lost 8, and so we had a net increase of 15, putting us at 118 members. Sue says it was 119, so I'll take her figure. We missed and we lost a couple due to deaths, so we would have made that objective. Community service project. We constructed a beach volleyball court out on Robinson Park, and beach volleyball requires special sand. It wasn't the cheap thing to do. Lance Perovich had a big part in that. He hauled all the sand for us. Thanks, Lance. We also provided TKO, which is an anti-drug program for both Livermore and Granada high schools, and that wasn't cheap either, but it was a great program. We provided 4-way test bookmarks for all of the school libraries. And then we also had printed and provided 4-way test signs for the rooms. They didn't have any logos, so the schools were very anxious to put them up. And I'd like to see that done again. We had a fabulous 50s barbecue and dance at the Veterans Hall. And also we had a picnic and softball game with against the Morning Rotary Club and with them. It was a family picnic. That was fun. Getting near the end. It was Lee Gillette. In April 1995, Dave Walden, who was the area rep, now called the assistant governor, resigned for personal reasons. And I was asked to finish his term which was for Dwight Perry, and so I was both president of this club as well as area rep. And then in 95, 96, during Dave's term, I was also area rep for Jim Walker. In 1985, after living in Livermore for 20 years, we moved and built a home and moved to Discovery Bay. And nobody will build in my backyard again. We have a beautiful view of Mount Diablo, and the boat's right in the backyard. All I get is turn the valve. Rotary Fellowship has been and continues to be very important to me. I don't like to drive at night, and I'm living in Discovery Bay, so it kind of prohibits my participation in a lot of evening events. But I'm very proud to be a Rotarian, and I'm very proud of Rotary, and in particular this club and all our accomplishments. Thank you.